Right, and welcome all again to Rhyl Folk Club on the 14th of August. And the more observant of you will spot that I'm in a different room. And if I look out this window, the sun is just about to set over the ridge.
Is your router dangling out that same window, John?
Yeah, we have had internet troubles this week. I've still got a hell of an echo. Is that coming from you, Alan?
Pass.
Oh, Mr. Warburton.
John Warburton.
It's the late Mr. Warburton.
I'm hearing an echo from you, John. And I'm hearing an echo from myself when I speak as well.
How very strange.
Yeah, we definitely echo it tonight.
Anyway, mine seems not.
I've had internet problems this week, so we've had to move upstairs to the west wing, and we've got this thing that BT have sent. It's like a little mini hub, and it picks up 4G, and it's dangling out the window.
It started live as a dongle.
Right now. So, right. Do we want? I think John's always okay for. We'll just do a sound check at the time, shall we? I will put John in after Dave. So you're well down the list, John. We'll give you a shout nearer the time.
Thank you very much. I've had a lot of problems getting in. I don't know if it's my. We're all echoey, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the whole of the internet or just me. There we are.
Well, there was a strange thing earlier. I tried checking my microphone, and I sang something in the key of G, and it came back in E flat.
Oh.
You know when they play it back to you?
Yeah.
I thought, whoa, hang on, wrong beer. So I tried it again, and it was dropping a good couple of tones. It was quite strange.
Serves you right for being a piano tuner.
Ah, well, I do have the ability to recognise these things. It's kind of essential.
You're the only one that's not echoey tonight, Alan.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Do you think it's me that's goosed everybody?
Maybe. Right. Well, if you mute yourself, we'll see what happens. I think that's better. Yes, that's gone quiet.
I'll have to stay muted all evening then.
Yeah. Right, okay. Kick off. I'm going to thrash it first to get started with a song from round sort of Leslie's neck of the woods, Aberdeen area. Peterhead. Well, the Diamond is a ship, me lads, for the Davy Strait she's bound, and the key it is all garnished with bonny lasses round. Captain Thompson gives the order to sail the ocean wide, where the sun never sets, me lads, and darkness fills the sky. And it's cheer up, me lads, your hearts never fail, for a bonny ship the Diamond goes a fishing for the whale. I'll land the key at Peterhead, all the lasses stand around, where the shawls are pulled over the man, the salt tears running down. Don't weep, me bonny lassie, though you be left behind, for the rose will grow on Greenland's ice before we change our mind. And it's cheer up, me lads, your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship the Diamond goes a fishing for the whale. Here's a health to the Resolution, likewise the Eliza Swan. Here's a health to the Battle of Montrose and Diamond Ship of Fame. where the trousers are the white and the jackets are the blue. When we return to Peterhead, we'll have some hats and new. And it's cheer up, me lads, your hearts never fail, for on a ship the diamond goes a fishing for the whale. It will be light big day and night when the Greenland lads come hame. We'll ship this whole way oil, me boys, and money to you a name. We'll make the cradles for to rock and the blankets for to tear. And every lass in Peterhead sings hush-a-bye, my dear. And it's cheer up, me lads, your hearts never fail, for I'm on a ship the diamond goes a fishing for the whale. Whew. Right, that's warmed me up.
Storm approaching, John. Storm
Yes.
approaching.
Right, I will. Nice to see you again, Storm.
I've just asked him to unmute. He probably will give us the big finger in a moment. There he is. Hello? Oh, it's a frozen storm. Look at that.
Yeah.
He's frozen. It's a hailstorm, and they've all joined up into one lump.
I think it's you that's causing the echo, Alan. When
Well, I'll
you're
switch.
when
I've
you're
got
back
nothing.
on,
Yeah, I can switch I can mute as much as possible this evening then, but or I could drop out and come back in. That's what I'll
no,
do.
that's better. That's okay. Whatever you've done.
Hang on, I had a fan on here. Is that echoey now? Is that echoey? Anyway, I'll leave it off.
Right.
Is that better?
No.
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 Am I
no,
echo? Oh,
Right. Last week I did the Soldier's song, and this one is just called The Soldier because it's sort of a bit of a remembrance song, really. Oh shit! Cut that out. I'm in the wrong key, that's why. They used to see him every day, walking on the beach. An old man with his memories, no friend or family. They say he'd been a soldier and a hero in the war, a solitary man who lived alone. And on the day he died, his medals were by his side, and a letter in his hand that said, I have always been a soldier, I've served my king and queen. Now I'm getting older, I can only dream. When I make that final journey, I'll turn my face to the sea. In this world of changes, please remember me. Papers wrote a story on this brave and humble man. There's no one there to mourn him. Can someone lend a hand? And on the day they brought him down, the place where he would lie, there were thousands on the streets to say goodbye. Many more would come days and months ahead to read the words in stone that says, I have always been a soldier, I have served my king and queen. Now I'm getting older, I can only dream. When I make that final journey, I'll turn my face to the sea. In this world of changes, please remember me. I have always been a soldier, I've served my king and queen. Now I'm getting older, I can only dream. When I make that final journey, I will turn my face to the sea. In this world of changes, please remember me. In this world of changes, please remember me. Right, well, that's set a suitably low bar. God, we've got awful echoes tonight.
That's not me.
No, it's Chaz and Jan.
Yeah, sorry.
If you've got it through a separate device, that can sometimes cause it. If you've got it through the TV or something, put the sound on one device only, and then it should be okay. It wasn't me, John. It was them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Guilty.
We've had massive problems connecting, so I was on my phone to try and listen, but now we've got the laptop working.
Yes.
No excuse, no excuse. No,
Oh, all right.
you screwed my whole setup there, you see.
Yeah. There we are. Enhanced. I think the word you're looking for, John, is enhanced. Am I not echoing anymore? Am I okay?
No, you're fine. No, it was.
It wasn't me.
It was Chaz and Dave in there.
Gaffer's got a couple of devices. Look, he's waggling a couple of devices there. There we are. And Carl's pouring a cup of tea or coffee there. Hello, Carl. Hello. I'm not going around and muting everybody just yet.
Yeah, we've had a bit of discussion.
Technology there. Buccaneers.
We've had a bit of discussion this week about face masks, haven't we?
No.
No, we've had some.
I'll leave Edna muted.
But
I'll leave Edna muted for the
I
moment.
went out on Tuesday. I had to get my car serviced, which was a bit of a pain. I got this thing last December, and it was 6 months old, 2,000 on the clock. But because it's got a 3-year warranty, I've got to have it serviced, and it's only done 4.5k. So I was really pissed off about this. So anyway, that's done. And did the shopping while I was out, and about 20% of people have got masks on. And this is all Drakeford's fault. You know, he says, oh, we're going with the science. He gets his science from the Facebook page of somebody called Sharon, I think.
Oh, that's a bit Sharonist. I'm leaving. I'm deliberately leaving.
Kevin
muted at the moment. Well, she can have her say later if it comes up again. But it wasn't my fault.
Right. Who've we not put in? I've not put in John W.
Storm's on the ocean again. He's back with us now, and he's moving about a bit this time. There he is.
Right.
Okay, Storm.
Assuming he joins us and stays with us.
Yeah.
The amended list, Alan. I taking note. Me just been Mike, T. Gwyn, Phil, Davith, Gaffer, Dave.
Yeah.
And then we'll have Storm.
Storm?
And then John W. And then Alan is I've lost John on the thing. Is your missus with you tonight, John?
Oh, where is he?
No, she's playing with her sister down in Penzance. So she'll be on the Skype for another 2.5 hours, I've no doubt.
Right.
Ah, right.
Okay.
If I can persuade her to come back down, I may be able to, but otherwise, leave it as is. So.
Yes, that's fine, John.
Well, it's a
Thank you.
jolly crew anyway. There's some
Yeah.
happy faces around. Look at that. We've all had Storm. We've all had a shit week because of you and your mates.
Oh, yeah?
Your mates Thunder and Lightning. They've been causing bloody havoc over here.
We've just had heat.
Yeah,
Unending heat.
we've had a bit of that. No, we don't know anything about proper heat over here.
Yeah, we had 4 days over 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
Old-fashioned proper.
We've only had 4 days under 80 since the beginning of July.
What's 90? Is it
Must be very warm in that beard.
The beard actually isn't the problem. The humidity is the problem. I just got a dehumidifier yesterday, and I filled the thing twice within 8 hours.
Right. Okay. Moving on. Mr. Michael Hawkins looks like he's all geared up and ready. So, are you going to sing the song that Alan's planning to do later?
Hopefully.
You're muted.
Hopefully, yeah. This first song is called Geordie. It's a song I've been singing for, I don't know, 50 odd years, I think. It's one of the first songs I ever learned, but I've never done it with a guitar.
But it's nothing to do with Phil. Phil's not the Geordie, he's just Northumberland.
Yeah.
We'll get to Phil later.
It's a lovely song, Mike. Shame to spoil this one. Lovely song.
Anyway, it's the first time I've done it with guitar, so hopefully it will go all right. It's funny how it changes it, actually. It's, when you sing it with the guitar, you change it automatically. Well, I do anyway. It changes automatically. I can't sing it the same as I do when I sing it unaccompanied. Anyway, it's Geordie. As I walked out over London Bridge one misty morning early, I overheard a fair pretty maid lamenting for her Geordie. Come bridle me, my milk white horse. Come bridle me, my pony, that I may ride to London's court to plead for the life of Geordie. And when she entered in the hall, there were lords and ladies plenty. Down on her bended knee she falls to plead for the life of Geordie. My Geordie stole no cow nor calf, and sheep he ne'er stole any. He stole 16 of the king's royal deer, and sold them in Bohemia. 2 brave children I've had by him. The third lies in my body, And if you would save my Geordie's life, I'd freely part from them everyone. The judge looked over his left shoulder and said, my dear, I'm sorry, my pretty fair maid, you've come too late, for he's condemned already. Let Geordie hang in golden chains, such chains as there aren't any, because he came of royal blood and courted a virtuous lady. I wish I was in yonder grove, where times I have been merry, with my broadsword and my pistol too. I'd fight for the life of Geordie.
Yeah, you sort of changed the timing a little bit and just the tune in a couple of places.
Yeah, yeah, but I couldn't sing it the same. I couldn't. I don't know why. Just automatically changed. It's it puts a whole new slant on it for me. Anyway, it's different singing it.
Two songs for the price of one.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, what else you got there, boy?
This one is the Ewan MacColl song. He wrote it for his wife, Peggy Seeger. It's called The First Time. The first time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes, and the moon and the stars were the gifts you gave to the dark and the endless sky, my love, to the dark and the endless sky. The first time ever I kissed your mouth, I felt the earth move in my hand, like the trembling heart of a captive bird, who's there at my command, my love, who's there at my command. The first time ever I lay with you, I felt your heart beat close to mine, and I knew our joy would fill the earth and last till the end of time, my love, and last till the end of time. The first time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes, and the moon and the stars were the gifts you gave To the dark and the endless sky, my love. To the dark and the endless sky. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I was just typing out a reply to Storm, but it's going to be easy for me just to tell him. It was asking if we record this anywhere. Yes, it is on YouTube, Saturday morning, our time, which will be, God knows what it is with you over there. You can access it either through the website. There's a blog. My missus is doing the blog this week. If you go into the section called Club Night, What Happened?
John, if you put it in the chat, then I can cut and paste it onto an email to myself.
Right. Okay, I will do that then.
Thank you.
But for anybody else who's there, we've got a blog on a Saturday morning on the website, which you can either go straight to the website, rhylfolkclub.com, or you can get it through our Facebook page, Friends of Rhyl Folk Club. And that will take you to the blog where you'll find the recording, which is on, I can't remember what it comes under, Alan. What's it come under?
Rhyl Folk Club. Sorry, it's just search YouTube for Rhyl Folk Club, or just go to my channel, which is Jones the Phones, all one word, Jones the Phones. There's a load of crap on there from me, but you'll get the Rhyl Folk Club stuff as well. So just search for Rhyl Folk Club on YouTube, you'll get it. It'll be there by midnight your time, Storm.
Right, okay, we've got Gwerin next. Is it the video first?
Oh, I thought so it is. I've got the video queued up, and if you're happy for me to do so, John, I will endeavour to share it with people.
If you leave me unmuted, I will shout out at you if it's not working.
I'll mute myself before I do anything else.
Hi, great news. My damaged finger is well on the mend. I don't know if it's quite workable yet, but it's well on the mend. This week's offering has to do with the fraught pursuit of courtship. I remember turning up on one of my first girlfriend's doorstep in my army greatcoat and hair down to my knees. And the look on her father's face said it all. Oh my God, what's my little angel brought home this time? So this is in that kind of territory. It's called Clwb Clwb. It's traditional. The Little Keyhole is the title. Traditional. Clwb Clwb. Roedd cap nos o eira ar gopa bob bryn. A'r rhew wedi gwydro pob ffos, dŵr a llyn. Roedd Gwenon gwau hosan wrth olau tan glo, a Hewcyn oedd yn specian trwy twll bach y clo. Y gath oedd yn gorwedd yn dorch ar y mat, a'r tad yn pysychu wrth smocio ei gat, a'r fam oedd yn ffreio fel dynais o'i cho, a Hewcyn roedd yn clwed trwy twll bach y clo. Y fam oedd yn synnu fe Gweno mor gwanc, mor wirion a charu rhyw leben o lanc, a Hewcyn yn gwybod mai hwnnw oedd o, a'i galon fach yn crynu wrth dwll bach y clo. Y tad aeth i fyny i'r llofft uwch pen, a'r fam roes agoriad y drws dan ei ffen, ond Gwena arhosodd i nyddu'r tân glo a disgwyl am lythyr trwy twll bach y clo. Roedd sŵn y dylluan fel bwgan mewn coed, a'r ci bach yn cyfarth wrth glywed sŵn troed, a Hewcyn yn dianc fel lleidr ar ffo. Rôl dwedid gair yn ddistaw trwy twll bach y clo. A chyn pen 2 flynedd, roedd Gwen Jos yn wraig. A Hugh Jos yn hwsmoni ffawc tan y graig. A chanddynt un blentyn y glanaid y fro. Ac arno fan cyn geni, llun twll bach y clo.
Oh, we're running like clockwork these days, aren't we?
So you could hear that and see it all right then.
Yeah.
Did you notice T. Gwyn's attitude was very Steddfod, if you know what that means? He was very much, and he even finished with his hands down by his side, with a gentle smile. He's obviously been
You get trained to do this.
been on the stage in the Eisteddfod.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, and you have to take care of expression. They're very keen on you emphasising through raising of eyebrows and that kind of.
Twll bach y clo.
Twll bach y clo. Right, I'm going to try out this finger.
A little bit quiet, T. Gwyn. Can you get a touch closer to your mic, please?
Yes, I can get the touch closer.
That's lovely.
Is that better?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well, I'll hug the mic, you see. It's a question of the guitar and the mic. Anyway, here we go. A John Prine song. Jeff Durno does this, and this is my attempt to be Jeff Durno. Damaged finger and doing a John Prine number. So there we go. All the snow has turned to water. Christmas days have come and gone. Broken toys and faded colours are not left to carry on. I hate graveyards and old pawn shops, 'cause they always bring me tears. Can't forgive the way they rob me of my sweetheart's souvenirs. Memories that can't be bought, can't be won at carnivals for free. Took me years to get those souvenirs. I don't know how they slipped away from me. Broken hearts and dirty windows make life difficult to see. It's why last night and this morning always look the same to me. I hate reading no love letters, for they always bring me tears. Can't forgive the way they rob me of my sweetheart souvenirs. Memories that can't be bought, can't be won at carnivals for free. It took me years to get those souvenirs. Don't know how they slipped away from me. Don't know how they slipped away from me.
Lovely. You wait till Jeff Durno sees that on the recording.
I'm becoming Jeff Durno. I'm going to take over his personality. He will fade into the background. Yeah.
Oh, you've been shrinking, Gwen.
I've forgotten him already. Jeff who?
Yeah. Oh, bless him.
I'll have the black fiberglass guitar and all.
Oh, it's a nice little box, that one. Carbon fiber, isn't it?
Yeah.
Weighs like a feather, but makes a really nice sound.
No, it looks a bit odd, but it's a lovely piece of kit, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've got young Philip, my lad, coming on.
Yes, we've got Phil. So we were talking to Phil earlier before a lot of you joined us, and Phil's from up in Northumberland, somewhere near Hadrian's Wall, keeping those Scots gits out.
Electrons.
Ow, don't hit me! Don't hit me again!
We'd rather have the-
Electron should, because they're travelling south from there, they should travel quickly enough to cope with Zoom, I would think. Yeah.
There's quite a lot of people around here.
Where are you from originally, Phil, or are you from that neck of the woods?
Sorry? I missed that.
Oh, now we've got an issue. Can't hear you, Phil.
You can't hear me?
We've unmuted you, but we can't hear
Yeah,
you.
I can hear you, Phil.
Oh,
I can hear you fine, Phil.
how weird is this? I'll shut up.
Yes, I can hear you too.
Can you hear me, John?
Weird.
Yeah, you're fine,
Can
Phil.
I?
Okay. Right. Okay. Although I've lived up in the northeast for a long, long time, actually. I was actually brought up in Derbyshire, in Chesterfield, which is sort of on the edge of the Derbyshire coalfield. And a lot of people I went to school with, they all came back and they all said, "Do you know, my dad says I'm not going down pit. Whatever I do, I'm not sending you down pit." And then, of course, I moved up to Newcastle and spent a long time in Newcastle and met a lot of people up there. And they all said, all these lads who used to meet says, "Do you know, my dad said you're not going down pit," right? So this is a song, actually. It's actually based on a pipe tune called "Me Laddies Owe a Bonnie for the Coal Trade." But it's fairly recently written by a guy called Richard Ridley, who sadly died in May. I'm pretty certain from COVID, which actually John Prine died of as well. So there's connection there. You hear me okay? Well, me lad is a bonny. Well, that's not right, actually. I do it actually. Well, me lad is a bonny to go working down the mine. He'll not go down the pit amongst the coal, the muck and grime. His father went before him, and his father's father too. But me lad is our body for to shovel, pick and hew. That was the chorus, by the way. Oh, I think he'll be a poet, and he'll write a fancy line, or a driver of the engine, bringing workers home on time. Oh, I think he'll be a tailor, and he'll cut the finest clothes, or a baker on the high street, selling cakes and pies and loaves. 'Cause me lad is our bonny to go working down the mine. He'll not go down the pit amongst the coal, the muck and grime. His father went before him, and his father's father too. But me lad is our bonny for to shovel, pick and hew. Oh, I think he'll be a farmer out ploughing in the field, or a shipwright in the shipyard laying down the finest keel. Well, I think he'll be a blacksmith shoeing horses for the dray, or a fiddler for the Cayleys. Man, you'll want to hear him play. 'Cause me lad is our bonny to go working down the mine. He'll not go down the pit amongst the coal, the muck and grime. His father went before him, and his father's father too. But me lad is our bonny for to shovel, pick and hew. Well, he'll never be a sailor and sail away from me to lands across the ocean in the deep and rolling sea. And he'll never be a soldier to fight for king and crown in a land where he is hunted, where they want to cut him down. 'Cause me lad is our bonny to go working down the mine. He'll not go down the pit amongst the coal, the muck and grime. His father went before him, and his father's father too. But me lad is our bonny for to shovel, pick and hew.
Whoa! Whoa!
Come across okay?
Very nice, Phil. Very nice. Enjoyed that. Not heard that one before.
You won't have, it's local. As I say, Richard Ridley, the guy that wrote that, I didn't know him very well. I knew him, I've met him a couple of times. Sadly, died of COVID in May. Really sad, actually. He was a bit overweight, I suppose, which lends you to it, I think. I don't know.
Don't listen to him, Alan.
Okay, I'll do another Coalfield one, shall I? Because this is a Geordie one, or a North Durham one, to be precise, actually. And it's interesting because it talks about the pick. I might be a bit vernacular for you lot, actually, but since how you're poking me with a lot of Welsh, I don't feel so bad about it. But it talks about jowling. Now, I don't know if the Welsh coalfields, or I didn't even know if the Derbyshire coalfields actually use this term, but basically to jowl is to get your pick and bang it on the roof. And if you get a sort of dull, thuddy sound, you know the rock above you is not very safe because it's sort of, it's friable. If you get a nice ringing sound, like bell metal ringing, you know it's a safe place to work. So it's all about jowling. It's actually two songs run together because they're both short ones. And the second one also uses the pick to bang on the cage cable at the bottom of the cage on the cables. In the days, it goes back to the days before, and actually even after they fitted bells and proper communication systems to the winding man to wind you up to the top. The guy would bang his pick on the cables, and the winding gear man would hear that and wind you up. It's called rapper to bank. In other words, you rap it with the thing, and then the guy will wind you up to the bank. In Geordie vernacular, that means the top, basically, the surface. So anyway, I'll I need a cap over. I should have had a cap on for the last one. I don't know if you noticed. I was stretching it a bit. Okay. Windy, I think. Jowl, jowl and listen, lad, and hear that coalface working. There's many a marrow missing, lad, because he wadna listen, lad. Now me feyther always used to say, pit work's mair than hewing. You've got to coax those coals along and not be riving and chewing. So jowl, jowl and listen, lad, and hear that coalface working. There's many a marrow missing, lad, because he wadna listen, lad. Raps a bank, me canny lad, wind her away, keep turning. The back shift lads are ganning yem. They'll be back here in the morning. Me feyther used to call the ton when the long shift was o'er. All the way out by you'd hear him cry, dear nar, it's after four. He cried, raps a bank, me canny lad, wind her away, keep turning. The back shift lads are ganning yem. We'll be back here in the morning. And when that awful day arrived, the last shift for me feyther, a fall of stones and broken bones, but still above the clatter, he cried, Rappers a bank, me canny lad, wind her each slow, that's clever. This poor old lad's been taken bad, and he'll be back here never. Raps a bank, me canny lad, wind her away, keep turning. The back shift lads are ganning yem, we'll be back here in the morning. Sorry, did that
Right,
make sense?
very nice version of that.
That makes sense. I think I might have missed a verse out actually, the first one, but never mind.
Well, you'll be able to watch it on YouTube tomorrow and find out, won't you?
Oh shit, I missed that verse out. Yeah.
I got about 3 or 4 bars of that. I think it's singling me out. When I muted myself, I could hear it.
Yeah.
Unmuted, couldn't hear it. Muted again, still couldn't hear it. But I'll hear it tomorrow, Phil. So there we are. You're captured for all eternity now.
Yeah,
I'm
we've got lad, Scouse lad, Keith Price comes down to the club occasionally, and he sings a version of that, and only half of it. But I know Keith always watches the video and reads the blog. So tomorrow, Keith, that was a little better than your version.
No, he'll
be on the phone to me about 11:15. He'll be on the phone, giving me grief.
I missed one about the deputy crawling through flat to flat. Well,
I've unmuted Mr. Price Jones, or asked him to. There he is. He's unmuted.
Okay, David, what are you doing?
I've muted myself now.
Oh, don't start Edna off. Oh.
No, I know. But no, this is only because I'm looking very jealously at all the beards around here.
Oh.
And this cartoon from Private Eye made me feel rather sad. Can you see it?
Yeah. Well, it's very good likeness, David.
Yes, I know. And it says, do you need to borrow my bikini wax? Yeah, of course, I had to have my haircut like that, didn't I?
Did you?
Yeah, I know. I'm jealous of all the beards now. That's mine.
Well, I'd love to tell you that you look a lot better for it, David.
Wow.
Well,
I will tell you. I will say.
Okay.
You look 10 years younger than what? I'm not sure, but 10 years younger than it anyway.
Younger than what?
Well, our resident in the White House just literally ordered that all the shower heads have to go at different pressure than the ecological saving pressure that they've been set at, because he says he can't wash his hair well enough when he goes to hotels.
That even made the news over here, Storm.
Yes, it did.
We hold Trump in such high regard here.
Well, doesn't he just take it off and put it through the washing machine? Isn't that what he does? Oh, I'll be on their list if I'm not careful.
I think he treads it like grapes in the shower.
Yeah, I've given up long ago. I'm sure I'm on lists somewhere.
Top of the list, Storm. Yeah.
Right, what have you got for us, David?
Well, tonight I'm uncelebrating, i.e. feeling very sad about the fact that pupils are now going to be allowed to drop the poetry option in their GCSEs. And I'm going to start with a poem that's in this week's Private Eye by the immortal E.J. Thrib. Lines on the decision to allow people to drop the poetry option. It goes like this. So, farewell then, poetry. This sad decision has neither reason nor rhyme. It is a crime by Ofqual, whose very name lacks poetry. Why simply prose? No one knows. But it gets worse, for this could spell the end of the verse, as we know it. And from now on, everything will be blank. Now something a little bit better, which was written by my bad woman, B. And this is called "'Tis Pity She poet, and the title is a reference to a play by John Webster that's called "'Tis Pity She's a Whore." This one goes like this: "'Tis pity she's a poet. Indeed, 'tis a pity to be such a blatant peddler of sentences with verbs, of verses encrusted with jeweled icons in the form of symbols and metaphors and worse. But she has yet blacker crimes to swing for. The crime that fears to hear its name is almost too terrible to bear. Yes, I confess, she will even dare a rhyme, just a little internal one from time to time. And what is more, oh dear, she has a linear, sheer, suicidal drop that will jump at the top, take you halfway there and fall right to the end. It's a pity she's a poet. Diolch yn fawr, thank you.
Thank you very much, David.
Storm was asking, what is this magazine he's reading from, David? Just tell us about it.
Oh, right. It's
from the American perspective.
Right. This is a satirical magazine which is called Private Eye. And it's got one or two choice things about Trump in it as well. I can't find it just at the moment. I dare say the gaffer will love a cartoon of Cornwall being absolutely full and somebody saying, "I miss the wide open spaces of the London Underground."
There we are.
Yes, it's got a lot of satirical cartoons and a lot of news that isn't in the usual newspapers, for the simple reason that it's true.
Where is it out of?
Sorry?
Where is it out
Sorry.
of?
Where is it out of?
That's an Americanism.
That's an
You've lived
Americanism,
there.
I think.
You've lived
Where
there.
is it?
Sorry,
Where is it
I
out
ought to know because I lived in California for a while. So
Where
I
is
should
it
know.
published?
There you go.
It's
In the
published in London, yes.
Yeah.
And it's been going for, I think about 60 years now, you know.
Does it have an online link?
Oh.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Could you put it in
I
the
think
chat?
it's privateeye.co.uk, actually. Let me see.
Could you put it in the chat?
Yeah. If you put it in the chat, David, we can move on.
Right. Okay.
Because this
I'll
is
do
riveting.
Thank you.
I'll do that. Right.
Okay. Cheers, David.
Right, and we'll move on to Gaffer.
Oh, hang on. Before Gaffer speaks, we've got Sally and Peter. Hello, Sally and Peter.
Oh.
Hello. Lovely to see you.
And you.
Oh, and the Stokies. Hello, Stokies.
Hello.
It's like the Waltons, this, isn't it? Good night, Good night, Elizabeth. I'll mute you all now before you say something you'll regret. There, they've gone, John. They've gone. Just like that.
Right. We've got rid of the ducks, have we?
Oh,
Okay, those of you who were here last week, Gaffer was absolutely superb. The Hughes with two arseholes. I think I've listened to that about 3-4 times. Don't tire of that. That's if anybody wants to catch up with it, it's on last week's YouTube. It comes in at, I think it's 1 hour 55.
Oh, there we
So
are.
you don't have to sit through sort of stuff you don't want. Go straight to 1 hour 55 and catch Hughes and the two arseholes. Anyway, what have we got tonight, Gaffer?
You're sounding like a Gaffer nerd now, John.
I'm just wondering how things seem to function here as a club, because it was only a few weeks ago that I failed in my attempt to form a tribute band to Jeff Durno, and now we've got Gwerin doing that very thing. Just as well, because I've given up and I've started instead to work on being a tribute band. Again, I can't get anyone else to join me, so I suppose I'm a tribute act to Mike Hawkins. Sadly, I don't know any of his songs, and I don't play the guitar like he does. And I haven't got his voice.
Nobody has.
It really makes it quite difficult to be a tribute act. But I think I am going to be able to manage it, because tonight I am going to attempt to sing with the words in front of me, admittedly upside down, but in front of me. So that'll be useful. But it's not easy for me. It's something which I'll leave out for the verse and just do for the chorus. This is an interesting song. In some respects it's quite long, and in some respects it's quite short. It's got a refrain, which is when you repeat the last so many lines of the verse. And it's only got one verse, so the refrain only gets sung once, and the refrain is the last 40 lines of the verse. Or to put it another way, the first 40 lines of the verse. Or to put it a third way, the entire verse repeated. But with different phraseology, different emphasis, a whole different rhythm, and magically new words appear that appeared not in the original verse. Some of you may remember me singing at the club. It's just like old times if that's the case. So I've got the words here in front of me for the chorus. When the phraseology changes. We were sailing up the Shannon to our nation's boggy heart, where north meets south and west meets with the east. So clear the decks and trim the sails, screw down the hatch they've promised gales, and keep the green flag always flying in the breeze. For when a sailor's off the leash, he's no good for man or beast. When we arrive, we let the sails down quick, lowered the anchor, lowered the boat. For the shore we swiftly rowed, for a sailor boy will seldom miss a trick. We carried sheep, we carried hogs, we carried peat to fill the bogs. We carried wax for doing the hairs on ladies' legs. But this fine cargo we ignored, and we left the lot on board, except some awfully tasty stuff in kegs. Then Alan Nick and Andy Mack, having half an eye for crack, started playing, and a hoolie did begin. And in their wandered late, Rimmer in a rare old state, and with gay abandon eagerly joined in. Michelle came with her uncle, darling Carol, daring Carol came alone. There was another three that came along in pairs, with a twinkle in their eye, grabbing kisses on the sly, going round a waggle in their derrieres. In skirts too long for dancing there, as common as can be, they all scream as they're thrown around the floor. Each can't wait to plant her bum on a handy tailor chum, and three guesses what she plants it on there for. Meanwhile there's Pat behind the bar, uncorking bottles by the score, fetching water for diluting the poteen. Sure it takes a man with class to pour a double in a glass, with each arm around a different colleen. There were two women who could never keep their sticky hands off Trevor. Each would tip our hairy fiddler the wink, while two louts from off the boat chatted up Lucinda's goat. and all three of them were worse to wear for drink. And then Dennis hurt his ankle, Kenny lost a couple of teeth. You may only guess what happened to our ma. Risking life and risking limb, our Rick and Jay both powered in, and you should have seen the ructions after that. Then normal-looking dentist sang a song about his guts, dribbling Guinness down the curry on his vest. Then poor Pat ran out of drink, and myself ran out of ink. So I'll leave you to imagine all the rest. Right, now I'll try it with the words, which is the chorus. We were sailing up the Shannon to our nation's boggy heart, where north meets south and west meets with the east. So clear the decks and trim the sails, screw down the hatch they promised gales, and keep the green flag always flying in the breeze. When the sailor's off the leash, he's no good. Aha! Hoo-hoo! Firm manna beast! Ha-ha! When we arrived, we let the sails down quick, low. Heard the car lowered the boat, for the shore we swiftly rowed, for a sailor man will seldom miss a trick. We carried sheep, we carried hogs, we carried peat to fill the bogs, we carried Wexford doing the hairs on ladies' legs. This fine cargo we ignored, and we left the lot on board, except some awfully tasty stuff in kegs. Then Alan, Nick and Andy McCavan, half a mind for crack, started playing, and the hoolie did begin. And in there wandered late River in a rare old state, and with Gay and Donegal he joined in. Michelle came with her uncle, daring Carol came along. There was another tree that came along in pairs, with a twinkle in their eye, grabbing kisses on the sly, going round the waggle in their derrieres, in skirts too long for dancing. They're as common as can be, they all scream as they're to roll around the floor. Each can't wait to plant her bum on a handy sailor chum, and she guesses what she plants it on there for. Meanwhile there's Pat behind the bar, uncorking bottles by the score, and fetching Waterford a lutin the poteen. Sure it takes a man with class to pour a double in a glass, with each arm around a different colleen. There are two women who could never keep their sticky hands off Trevor. Each would tip our airy fiddler the wink, and two louts from off the boat chatted up Lucinda's goat, and all three of them was worse to wear for drink. And Dennis hurt his ankle, Kenny lost a couple of teeth. You may only guess what happened to our ma. Risking life and risking limb, our Rick and Jay both powered in, And you should have seen the ructions after that. Then an extremely normal dentist sang a song about his guts, dribbling Guinness down the curry on his vest. And then poor Pat ran out a drink, and myself ran out of ink. And I'll leave you to imagine all the rest. There you go.
God, it's
That'll
no wonder
be
you're
the
going out of
county.
ink. Oh, God.
That'll be the counties, won't it?
It will indeed. It'll be the 36 counties,
Well,
of which there are only 32, but there's 5 Kerrys. You see, that's the quarrel between the geographers in the audience and the mathematicians. No, I think I'm going to give up being a Mike Hawkins tribute band. It's too difficult with the words in front of you, isn't it? You know?
I'm tempted to ask, did you write that, Gaffer? But I know the answer already. So
Well, yes,
it's
I
an
would.
irrelevant question.
Yes, indeed.
There's only one Gaffer.
The music was stolen from a number of tunes.
It takes me back because a lot of people won't know that all the names there were people who were the original Conwy Folk Club.
The smelly one on the river.
Well, it started off on the boat on the river, and then it moved to the pub with Pat behind the bar there. And it's sad looking back now because I know there's at least 2 of those sort of no longer with us. Lucinda and Dennis have.
Mike and.
Oh, Mike, yeah.
Yeah.
God, you're the kiss of death, aren't you, Gaffer?
No, he's a doctor. He's here to keep us alive.
Yeah, well.
Reputedly.
Yes, I asked them whose idea was it to have a folk club on a frigging frigate, or a frigging folk club on a folking frigate, or something of that order.
That boat was fine at first until the sluices.
Sluice gave out. It took
Oh.
on some of the character of the being station after that, didn't it?
It was. Ooh.
Right, now this one, I don't know if it's a Scottish song, whether it comes from the pickle mills of Lanarkshire or not, but it's a song about self-control, really. And I suppose in the time of ill health and pandemic and people really needing to exercise a degree of self-control, I suppose it's unusually appropriate because the self-control is in the interest of a person's health. So there we go. Piccadilly maker Albert Snurge possessed a most unhealthy urge. The urge concerned it did emerge, a flaming pickle slicer. It is, he told his poor wife Sue, the thing I use to piddle through. I have the urge to thrust into the blessed pickle slicer. Said Sue, oh no, me darling Bert, if you did that you'd surely hurt whatever part you did insert inside the pickle slicer. Act now before it is too late, or else you might exsanguinate, and the pickles you'll contaminate inside the pickle slicer. Now quick fix answers, Bert, there ain't, although it might seem rather quaint. You'll have to try some self-restraint towards the pickle slicer. To Sue's delight and her surprise, her wildest dreams were realized, and his self-control he exercised towards the pickle slicer. Until that fateful Tuesday night, when Bert came in all ghastly white, and his wife suspected that it might concern the pickle slicer. Oh, Sue, I don't half feel a clot, my self-restraint I quite forgot. And the boss, he sacked me on the spot all through the pickle slicer. Oh, Bert, frustrated Sue did shout, that you got sacked I wouldn't doubt. For Christ's sake, Bertie, what about that blasted pickle slicer? Flabbergasted Bertie stared at Sue. I'd think it obvious to you. He gave the sack to Audrey too, my favourite pickle slicer. There you go. Little bit of industrial relations.
Oh, I'm just looking out the window now. It's nearly dark up here. So there we go. That's another summer been and gone, isn't it? Anyway. Right, I will just refresh everybody with what's left on the list. We've got Dave next, and then Storm, and then John, and then Alan. And that will take us around for the first time. So, is Dave unmuted? I can't see him.
I think so.
Yes.
Oops.
Right.
Just around the corner there's Hottie, down the street that loses you. If you can wade in through the teardrops, you'll find me at the home of the blues. I walk and cry while my heart beats keeps time with the drag of my shoes. Come along with me, misery loves company. You're welcome at the home of the blues. But the place is filled with the sweetest men. Memories so sweet that I cry. Dreams that I had left me feeling so bad. I just want to give up and lay down and die. So if you just lost your sweetheart, and it seems there's no good way to choose, come along with me, misery loves company. You'll find me at the home of the blues. But the place is filled with the sweetest men. Memories so sweet that I cry. Dreams that I had left me feeling so bad. I just want to give up and lay down and die. So if you just lost your sweetheart, and you feel there's no good way to choose, come along with me, misery loves company. You're welcome at the home of the blues. Yeah, you're gonna find me at the home of the blues.
Yeah, yeah. Find me
Home of the
home.
blues.
Home of the blues. Where are those notes from?
Somewhere down there.
I think.
Unbelievable.
Right, what else you got, Dave?
Right, this is dialogue between the generations, I suppose you'd say. I'm standing at the door with my head bowed in my hands, not knowing where to sit, not knowing where I stand. My father looms above me, for him there is no rest. My mother's arms enfold me and hold me to her breast. They say you've been out wandering, they say you've traveled far. Sit down, young stranger, and tell us who you are. The room's all gone misty, my thoughts are in a spin. Sit down, young stranger, and tell us where you've been. Well, I've been up to the mountain, I've walked down by the sea. I've never questioned no one, and no one questioned me. My love was given freely, and oft times was returned. I never came to borrow, I only came to learn. Sometimes I did get lonely, but it taught me how to cry. And laughter came too easy for life to pass me by. I never had a dollar that I didn't earn with pride, 'cause I had a million daydreams to keep me satisfied. And will you gather daydreams, or will you gather wealth? How can you find your fortune when you cannot find yourself? My mother's eyes grow misty, there's a trembling in her hand. Sit down, young stranger, I do not understand. Will you try and tell us you've been too long at school? That knowledge is not needed, that power does not rule. That war is not the answer, that young men should not die. Sit down, young stranger, I wait for your reply. The answer is not easy, for souls are not reborn. To wear the crown of peace, you must wear the crown of thorns. If Jesus had a reason, I'm sure he would not tell. They treated him so badly, how could he wish them well? The parlor now is empty, there's nothing left to say. My father has departed, my mother's gone to pray. There's rockets in the meadows, there's ships out on the sea. The answer's in the forest, carved upon a tree. John loves Mary, does anyone love thee?
Oh, I haven't heard that for years. It's a Gordon Lightfoot song, I think, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've got that on vinyl, but I've nothing to play vinyl with these days. But, that was lovely.
Really
we
nice,
enjoyed
David.
that. This, just
John,
looking at...
you realise that apart from yourself, T. Gwyn, myself, and John Warburton, we've got all beards in a row. I think we've had about 4 beards in a row there. Well, if you call David's a beard now, he's cropped it, you know. But it's an interesting thing. Hirsuteness suits them, I think.
Look, I don't just make this list up by chance, you know.
Well, I feel
thought goes
inadequate.
into this.
I feel utterly inadequate. I shaved yesterday. I shouldn't have.
But, the last line of that song, sort of, the answer's in the forest carved upon a tree, always makes me wonder when you see a love heart carved on a tree, you think, why did somebody take a knife on a date? So, I wonder if our Boy Scouts can tell us that one. Right, who's
should we ask him? Do you want to ask? Oh no, we can ask.
No, there's only one Boy Scout there.
Oh, there is. Yeah, it's a Girl Scout.
Yeah.
Right. Never mind. Never mind.
You're right. We're going over the Atlantic now.
Yeah.
Over the ocean.
Yeah.
I was a model Cub Scout, but I didn't do well in Boy Scouts.
Oh, there we are.
Right, what do you...
In America, do you have dib, 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 dob, 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 dob? He's looking at me completely confused.
Dib, 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 dob, dob, dob.
Do your best. Do your best, do your best, do your best, DYB. And the boys would all answer, dob, 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 dob. We'll do our best, do our best, do our best. Do they
No,
still
I
do
never
that?
heard that before.
Do they still do dib dobbing, John? You know?
The Boy
I have
Scouts
no
over
idea.
the Boy Scouts over here is be prepared.
Ah, yeah.
But I realized that as I was growing up, it was always be prepared for something to go wrong. It was never be prepared for anything to go right.
There we are.
Can we have a word with Chaz and Jan and find out about this? Find out how things are these days?
Do you still dib, dib, dob, dob, dob?
No.
Oh. Oh, well. I used to like that.
We'd be prepared, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't do Bob a Job Week. I mean, my car needs cleaning. I mean, where's the Boy Scout, you know?
Storm, Chaz and Jan are both Scoutmasters. They're heavily involved in looking after young people and bringing them on. It's lovely.
Well, actually, the first Boy Scouts in the U.S. were in my town, in Greenfield, Mass.
Wow.
Did they all have beards?
It was many years ago.
Well,
they're all paramilitaries.
Oh, be careful now. We'll mute.
No, that was the boarding school I got sent to in 6th grade.
We'll mute around and then we'll let Storm get on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally got sent to a paramilitary style boarding school in 6th grade. Found out years later that the headmaster was one of the leading fascists in America. But, okay. So I'm going to do 2 originals. One's a poem and one's a song. The poem is called The Machine That Wrote This Poem. And the song is called Workers' Blues. And it's dedicated to all the people still in meatpacking plants and places like that in the US. The machine that wrote this poem. The machine that wrote this poem is infallible. The machine that wrote this poem is infallible. The machine that wrote this poem is infallible. The machine that wrote this poem is fallible. The machine that wrote this poem isn't fallible. The machine that wrote this poem isn't valuable. The poem that wrote this machine isn't valuable. The poem that this valuable machine isn't wrote. The valuable poem that wrote this machine isn't. Note to all consumers. The machine that wrote this poem has been found to be human and is therefore capable of many errors in syntax and judgment. We apologize for any inconvenience or damage this may cause. We are aware of the current situation and hope to have corrected these flaws by the time we showcase our next model. Your patience and understanding are gratefully acknowledged and appreciated. Don't want to work on the railroad. Don't want to work in the mine. Don't want to work in the factory and die before my time. There's black lung and brown lung. I wrote this years ago. It used to be silicosis, but now there's black lung, brown lung, and COVID too. No matter where you're working, they're going to kill you, 'cause they care no more about you than the money that they get. So when you say you're sickly, they say, well, you ain't dead yet. So keep working, keep producing, keep making things for us. And you know we will speak well of you as we lay you in the dust. 'cause they care no more about you than the money that they get. So when you say you're sickly, they say, well, you ain't dead yet. So keep working, keep making, keep producing, keep making things for us. And you know we will speak well of you as we lay you in the dust. And you know we will speak well of you as we lay you in the dust.
Oh, thanks for cheering us up, Storm.
Well, hey, it's the break.
We're
You
all
can go get a
gonna
beer.
die. It's one of those, isn't it? Were you down when you wrote that, or were you just being observant about reality of stuff?
I wrote it back in 1970 something. So it was after we had, an outbreak of one type or another of something in the factories that hadn't been given enough government oversight.
Oh, heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I promise I'll do something lighter next.
That's lovely. That's lovely. Thank you for coming along. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Right, and sitting there very patiently tonight is John Warburton.
Mm.
And if we can
No beard.
unmute him.
He's got no beard worth worrying about. Has he cat's whiskers? No.
No. I've
You like me, you're not allowed.
I shave myself. Well, no, she thinks it's a bit much. Mine gets a bit prickly. What I don't like, gently. What I don't like myself is the fact that it itches like anything once it starts growing. And
Only for the first couple of inches.
yes, I know, but even so, it just drives me mad. I've told you this before, haven't I? I was Captain Fantastic, the biggest liar that never sailed the seven seas, as Mock Mayor of Penzance, and I grew a beard for that, for the actual performance. And the next morning, I shaved the darn thing off. I couldn't stand it anymore.
Well, you see how Storm and David and Gaffer and
Indeed,
and David, they all suffer for their art, you see.
They do.
Yes.
They do.
Yeah.
You have to go through the pain barrier.
I did have one at one time when I was about 30. I have a red beard. Well, I did at the time.
So did I.
Yeah.
I used to have a bright red beard.
I have grey hair and a ginger beard, which looked very strange indeed. But there you go.
My dad grew a beard. It was like a badger. He'd not grown one before. It was black in the middle with 2 white stripes and ginger on the side. He was a multicolored beard grower. My Auntie Anne will probably, wherever she is, she'll probably confirm that if we ask her. Anyway.
Well, when my beard started, it had a great big black streak right down the middle, and it was brown. And then the whole thing turned quite red.
Were you in easy top? With a black stripe down the middle? No,
Yeah.
Somebody else. Sorry.
Somebody else. But before John goes and plays, I'd like to call people's attention to one of the things I put in the chat, which is an international transatlantic song exchange coming up that he is going to be on. So we've scheduled it at a time. We hope you folks will come and watch and support him.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
And it's free. You only have to support him by clapping.
I'm not giving that bugger any money.
No. I don't blame you. Right. Anyway, as I say, Roland, are you here? Wave if you are. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he asked me for this a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't played it yet. So this is his favourite Donovan song from the first album. And it's called Hey Jip, Dig the Slowness, Man, or something. Buy a Chevrolet. Buy a Chevrolet. Oh, that's too high. Sorry, I'm going down a bit. Down a bit, down a bit, down a bit. Buy a Chevrolet. Buy a Chevrolet. I'll buy you a Chevrolet. Just give me some of your love. Just give me some of your love. Just give me some of your love now. Just give me some of your love. Buy me a Chevrolet. Don't want your Chevrolet. Don't want your Chevrolet. Just give me some of your love back. Just give me some of your love now. Just give me some of your love now. Just give me some of your love. Quick key change. I'll buy you Cadillac. Buy you Cadillac. I'll buy you a Cadillac. Just give me some of your love, babe. Just give me some of your love, babe. Just give me some of your love. Just give me some of your love. Don't want your Cadillac with those old shiny black. Don't want your Cadillac. Just give me some of your love back. Just give me some of your love. Just give me some of your love now. Just give me some of your love. That's all I'm doing to that. I'm sorry about that, Rolly, but the voice isn't holding up. It's sitting here with my diaphragm being squoze up under me lung. And
I think it's something else you needed to squeeze there to get them out.
yes, well, I was going to say I don't have the tight trousers on either. But there you go.
There was a hint of suffering for your art there, John. Lovely.
Blame Rolly.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
your fault, Rolly.
Yeah, he's broad shoulders, Rolly. Yeah.
Here's another one. Walk along and talk along and live your lives quite freely. But leave our children with their toys, peppermint and candy. Seagull, I don't want your wings, I don't want your freedom in a lie. Your thoughts, they are of harlequin, your speeches are quicksilver. I read your faces like a poem, kaleidoscope of paper. Seagull, I don't want your wings, I don't want your freedom in a lie. As you fill your glasses with the wine of murdered Negro, thinking of the beauty that spreads like morning sun glow. Seagull, I don't want your wings, I don't want your freedom in a lie. On the quilted battlefield of soldiers dazzling made of toy tin, the big bomb like a child's hand could sleep them dead just so to win. Seagull, I don't want your wings, I don't want your freedom in a lie. A Vietnam, your latest game, you're playing with your blackest queen. Damn your souls, I curse your grins, stand here with a fading green. Seagull, I don't want your wings, I don't want your freedom in a lie.
Right, thank you.
Maybe I should have changed the key on that one as well, but never mind.
Right, yeah, you'll have to get the missus to knit you some tight underwear, I think.
Underwear, yeah.
Right, thank you. Thank you.
Right, and we are
Does she
almost.
knit underwear? Does she knit? Do you remember those woolly ones? You'd go in the sea and they'd be round your ankles when you. Yeah.
Yes, my mother used to made me a pair of those. Yes,
Navy blue, of course.
Of course, yeah.
I think it was just basically a skirt with a stitch in the middle. I think that's how they work. Yeah. And you were heavier when you came out than you when you.
I think it was so you'd drown. I think they were hoping to get rid of you.
I think we're into Billy Connolly there a bit.
I was just a bit embarrassed in mine.
Well,
they must have made him for Albert.
Yeah.
Right, we've got halfway almost. Alan's just going to take us to the halfway point. It's you.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm doing a Mike Hawkins. Sorry, Michael. I'm doing a Mike Hawkins. Michael usually sings on the stage with the words on a piece of paper folded into 7 or 8 folds in his pocket. And he uses that as a comfort blanket. Don't you, Michael? Nod. Yes, he uses that as a comfort blanket. He just knows they're there if he wants them. I'm going to sing a song I haven't ever sung before. Well, I have this afternoon, once or twice. But I do need the worms in front of me because I don't know them. And it's got for Rowley especially, it's got a steam train link because it's by the great Dave Goulder, who is seriously obsessive steam train man. I remember we had him as a guest years ago, and he sang a song about, oh no, it was Pete Coe singing one of Dave Goulder's songs. And it was the driver thinks he runs the train, but if I'm the fireman, and if I don't come, the train doesn't run. So I'm sure, I don't know whether Rowley sees himself as a driver or a fireman. My Tide was a steam train driver. Anne's dad. He got about £1 a week pension, I think, after all those years. But he was. And when we used to go train spotting, yes, I was a train spotter.
Anorak.
Train spotting on Grange Road Bridge in Rhyl. And the train would come out and it'd be my Tide waving at me. And the other lads would not believe it, but it was my Tide. Enough of me. Right,
I remember when Pete Coe sang that, he used to put his clog dancing footwear on. And
I'll be clog dancing.
Dance on the board.
Here. I'll be clog dancing while I do this. And no, it's not a clog dance song anyway. It's a song, it takes about a year to sing this one. That's a hint. I'm sure you know which song it is. I'm going to go for it now anyway. I've got the words and I make no apologies for the fact I have. It's called The January Man. I tried it with various instruments and I found that it was better with nothing on. So underneath these clothes, I am completely naked. Put that thought out of your mind. Here we go. The January man, he walks abroad in woolen coat and boots of leather. The February man still shakes the snow from off his hair and blows his hands. The man of March, he sees the spring and wonders what the year will bring and hopes for better weather. Through April rains, the man goes down to watch the birds come in to share the summer. The man of May stands very still, watching children dance away the day. In June, the man inside, the man is young and wants to lend a hand. and grins at each newcomer. And in July, the man in cotton shirt, he sits and thinks on being idle. The August man in thousands takes the road to watch the sea and find the sun. September man is standing near to saddle up and lead the year, and autumn is his bridal. The man of New October takes the reins, and early frost is on his shoulder. The poor November man sees fire and wind and mist and rain and winter air. December man looks through the snow to let 11 brothers know they're all a little older. And the January man comes round again in woolen coat and boots of leather to take another turn and walk along the icy road he knows so well. The January man is here for starting each and every year along the way forever. Did that come through? Did that come through? Because I had
Yes,
the words.
yeah, that was nice.
I couldn't see the usual responses from people. You know, I had the worms in front of me. Perhaps I'd better put a blank screen in front of me when I'm singing in future.
Well, while you're strapping your instrument of pleasure to you, we have Karen and Paul join us. And
oh yes,
I hope they're
say
going to
hello.
be.
Shall we say hello?
Yeah, I hope they're going to got something to do for us.
Oh,
Well, we'd love to if we're not too late, but don't
lovely.
worry.
What's your excuse? Note from your mum.
We've got two excuses. One excuse was we've been for a meal for the first time.
We're getting more international by the minute, aren't we? Yeah, lovely. Lovely.
You know.
Well, can you do a couple for us after Alan's got one more? Then can you do a couple for us?
Well, we'd love to if we're not.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can hear crap like me every week.
Oh, that's lovely.
I've got a song. I've got a song from Canada. James Keelahan. I don't know whether the what's the name? The G is silent or not. We don't have silent letters in Welsh, you know. We sound each bloody letter. If it's worth writing down, it's worth pronunciating, isn't it? So in Canada, well, he's probably Irish, I guess. Keelahan, don't know. Anyways, lovely song. Our friend John Wright used to sing it, and it's called River Run, and it's got a kind of a chorusy bit. So I'll get on with it. Sorry, tuning problem. Right, again, here we go. River of blue, cut through the valley, swept past the willows and the sandy bar, ran so swiftly, locked in my memory, but the way things were is not the way things are. We used to swim in the crook of its arm in the summer heat. Who could be blamed? Avoided the rabbits the best that we could. Never thought that our stream could be tamed. Long ago, I gave up that riverside valley, traded coolies for towers of steel.
abandoned the vistas and valleys of childhood for the things that they told me were real. No more would I run with the speed of a colt across the gravel down by waterside, to race with a twig I threw in at the band. Couldn't beat it, though God knows I tried. Now that river's not running as fast as it did. There's a dam there restricting the flow. Oh, and I don't run either as fast as I could. Guess that river and I have grown old.
Okay, can you?
Now it's strange in returning to the places of youth. Seems your memory has made a mistake. But the place that once scared you with white waters running has been turned by decree to a lake. Makes me think about how too I smoothed out the wrinkles, made the waters as calm as you please. Makes me think about how that river and I were both happier when we ran free. Now that river's not running as fast as it did. There's a dam there restricting the flow. Oh, and I don't run either as fast as I could. Guess that river and I have grown old. Now that river's not running as fast as it did. There's a dam there restricting the flow. Oh, I don't run either as fast as I could. Guess that river and I have grown old. Guess that river and I have grown old. Guess that river and I have grown old.
Oh, love that song. Love it.
Fabulous, Alex.
I was accompanied by a frog in my throat there, but too much beer, I think. That's the thing. There we are. Lovely. Smashing song.
Yeah.
Great. We've got Paul and Karen there.
Now then.
That's lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful, Alan. I really enjoyed that.
It was nice, wasn't it?
Very good.
Super. Okay. We'll get on. This is one you may know. I'm sure you will. It's a famous song for peace that's used at certain times. We learned it only recently for the VE Day celebrations, and we played it then. And
well, I've learned it a long time ago when we are sitting at the campfires in Germany with the scouts, and I even learned it on the guitar. I can play it on the guitar, and but Paul only got into it not that long ago, so you will know it by the name of
the Peat Bog Soldiers.
And I know it by the name of Die Moorsoldaten. Wohin auch das Auge blicket, Moor und Heide nur ringsum, Vogelsang uns nicht erquicket, Eichen stehen kahl und krumm. Wir sind die Moorsoldaten und ziehen mit dem Spaten ins Moor.
Far and wide as the eye can wander, heath and bog are everywhere. Not a bird sings out to cheer us, oaks are standing gaunt and bare. We are the peat bog soldiers marching with our spades to the moor.
Auf und nieder gehen die Posten, keiner kann hindurch. Flucht wird nur das Leben kosten, vierfach ist umzäunt die Burg. Wir sind die Moorsoldaten und ziehen mit dem Spaten ins Moor.
Up and down the guards are pacing, no one can get through. Flight would be a sure death facing, guns and barbed wire greet our view. We are the peat bog soldiers marching with our spades to the moor.
Doch für uns gibt es kein Klagen, ewig kann nicht Winter sein. Einmal werden froh wir sagen, Heimat, du bist wieder mein. Dann ziehen die Moorsoldaten nicht mehr mit dem Spaten ins Moor. Then will the peat bog soldiers march no more with their spades to the moor.
Will the peat bog soldiers march no more with their spades to the moor?
Oh, lovely.
Lovely stuff.
Proving that folk music is truly international. I tell you what's lovely, we have been so bereft of harmony on these Zoom sessions. It's mostly single saddos like me singing on my own. And it's lovely to hear two voices singing in harmony. We're all singing at home, of course, but we can't hear the harmonies. Lovely.
That's lovely. Thank you very much
Thank you.
indeed. Okay, this next one's a bit lighter. We were on holiday a couple of years ago in Australia. My daughter lives in Australia, so we actually went over for her wedding. And then we took a camper van and drove around Western Australia for 3 weeks. And one thing we missed was actually playing music. We didn't have a guitar with us, and we pulled into what was that town?
Fremantle.
Fremantle, of course. We pulled into Fremantle towards the end of our trip, and we spotted this open mic night.
Exciting.
So we booked a spot, and we got on stage. And I said, and we were really excited. First time we'd ever played on the other side of the world.
Upside down.
And I said, good evening, we're Paul and Karen, we're from England. And there was this big long table in front of us, and they all looked up all at once, and they said, yeah, Stoke, we saw you at the festival last summer. So we went all the way around the world, ended up playing to a whole bunch of people from Stoke, which is my hometown, by the way.
Oh, we got a couple of Stokies on here, so just watch what you say, Duck.
Yeah.
Duck.
Oh,
That's great ducks. Have you spotted my duck here?
So this song appeared, and it's called "Tell the Folks Back Home That I'm Famous."
It's also got a chorus, so feel free to jump onto it and sing along when you pick it up.
That. I packed some clothes, my singing shoes, and loaded up the car. CDs and a microphone, then squeezed in my guitar. I'm heading for the Southlands where someday I'll be a star. No more lay-bys, no more drunken bars. Then you can tell the folks back home that I'm famous, with limousines that wait at every door. Feeling 10 feet tall as the crowd calls out for more. Trying to keep my head from spinning, but at last it seems I'm winning. Say I'll tell them all about it when I'm home. I could not believe that neon sign next day when I arrived. Beaming out in my face and name, it almost made me blind. I thought I'd be a stranger, but it seems this town is mine. Hold the front page, this could be my time. Then you can tell the folks back home that I'm famous with limousines that wait at every door. Feeling 10 feet tall, feeling 10 feet tall as the crowd calls out for more. Trying to keep my head from spinning, but at last it seems I'm winning. Say I'll tell them all about it when I'm home. Now the papers want to know about my past and what is next. Take pictures with some woman they've got hanging round my neck. What? They didn't even ask about the thing I do the best. But who's complaining? Who's not me? I must confess, oh dear. Then you can tell the folks back home that I'm famous with limousines that wait at every door. Feeling 10 feet tall as the crowd calls out for more. Trying to keep my head from spinning, but at last it seems I'm winning. Say I'll tell them all about it when I'm home. Now, like all country-style songs and folk songs, of course, they all usually have a sad ending, and this is no exception. Because it had all been a dream in the end, and I woke up and I was just playing to a bunch of people from Stoke at an open mic. Then suddenly I wake to hear a banging on my door. Someone shouts, "Get out of here before I call the law." Looks like tonight I will be searching for a flaw. Oh, bring me back that dream I had before. Looks like tonight I will be searching for a flaw. Oh, bring me back that dream I had before. Oh, hell, just tell the folks back home that I'm famous with limousines that wait at every door. Feeling 10 feet tall, feeling 10 feet tall as the crowd calls out for more. Trying to keep my head from spinning, but at last it seems I'm winning. Say I'll tell them all about it when I'm home. Trying to keep my head from spinning, but at last it seems I'm winning. Say I'll tell them all about it when I'm home. Cheers, thanks a lot. Thank you very
Lovely,
much.
lovely to see you again.
And you, John, thank you very much.
Lovely to
All
see
right.
the little egg on the stick getting some use as well, isn't it? Egg on the stick. Lovely. Lovely.
Right, okay, we are
Cheers,
not
thank you.
endowed with time tonight, so I'm going to have to be a complete bastard and miss a few people out, but you'll be glad to know I'm going to miss myself out. So we'll have Mike, and then Phil, and then have you got something a bit shorter for us, Gaffer? Yes, yeah. Okay, Gaffer, Dave, Storm, John, and Alan. So, Mike, I'll keep you up to date. Mike next, anyway. Where are you? Oh, there he is.
Okay.
Right, no long introduction, straight into it.
I won't introduce it at all. It's I hope you make sense of it as it goes along. It's called As I Roved Out. As I roved out one bright May morning to view the meadows and the flowers gay, 'Twas there I spied my own true lover, sitting under yon willow tree. I took off my hat and I did salute her. I did salute her most courageously. When she turned around, well, the tears fell from her, saying, "False young man, you have deluded me." A diamond ring I own I gave her, a diamond ring to wear on her right hand, but the vows you made, love, you went and you broke them. You married the lassie that had the land. If I married the lassie that had the land, my love, I'd rue it till the day I die. When misfortune falls, then no man can shun it. I was blindfolded, I'll ne'er deny. And at night when I go to my bed of slumber, thoughts of my true love run through my mind. When I turn around to embrace my darling, instead of gold, sure 'tis glass I find. Oh, I wish the Queen would recall her armies from the West Indies, America and Spain, and every man to his wedded woman, and my love and I may meet again.
You are blessed with a smashing voice, Michael.
I hope you missed the key change.
Sheila will testify.
Put it down to a glitz on the internet.
Yeah.
Sheila will testify. Sheila will testify to the fact it was difficult to get you out of your shell at first. I remember saying to you, "I've never heard the song for Ireland sung so well," and you said, "Do you think so?" Like a shy, retiring.
I didn't.
Ah, yeah, I remember. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Lovely.
Right. Okay. As I said tonight, we've got this sort of internet thing dangling out the window to get some better reception. But now it's gone dark and we've got the lights on. Every insect in the valley, it seems to think it's party time up at Benyar. And we've got some serious insect life in here tonight. So anyway, moving up to Northumberland, we've got Phil with his built-in echo.
Yeah, sorry, the echo comes from the room because it's not got enough soft furnishings in here yet. Okay, just before I start though, I'll just do one obviously, but before I start, everybody will be welcome to come to Alston in Cumbria for the first Tuesday in the month session that I run. I'll put my email address on the chat, and anybody who wants to come will be more than welcome. It's the first Tuesday in the month. I don't know what date that is, but next month. But at 8 o'clock, same sort of thing, same sort of setup. We don't go to the extravagance of recording it and things like that. So you can, yeah. Anyway, so. Well, you got into a folk club and you're asked to sing. Oh, wrong, sorry, I've got it wrong. Do you know, well, you're gone into a folk club and you're asked to sing a song. I've got, you know, it's jinxed, this song. Okay, I'm there now. Well, you're gone into a folk club and you're asked to sing a song where your knees begin to tremble and you get the words all wrong. You're staring at the audience, you know it's all no use. There's only one thing for it, so here comes the big excuse. It went alright at home, so there's something else to blame. It's a lovely song and you get it wrong, but it went alright at home. Well, I've never done this in public before, I hope you'll bear with me. My throat's gone very funny, and I'm desperate for a wee, which is true actually. I might forget a line or two, even half a verse, but I've only just got over the flu, and I think it's getting worse. But it went alright at home, so there's something else to blame. It's a lovely song and you get it wrong, but it went alright at home. Well, I've had an awful day today, I just got here, you see. I came down straight from my work and I haven't had me tea. I'm starving, but I'm here now, so I'll have to sing a song. And if you hear me stomach rumbling, well, just try and sing along. 'Cause it went alright at home, so there's something else to blame. It's a lovely song and you get it wrong, and it went alright at home. Well, I've not been feeling myself of late, I stopped smoking just last night. I've a mental block about this song, and I think my bell's too tight. My A string's out of tune, you know, and I broke my favourite pick. And I left the words in hexen, and I think I'm feeling sick. 'Cause it went alright at home, so there's something else to blame. It's a lovely song and you get it wrong, but it went alright at home. Well, I used to perform this with me mate, but he's decided to go solo. He says I sing it out of tune and my rhythm's often too slow. I'm much better off without him, and he's got his just desserts. I've stolen this song from him, but I added this last verse. But it went alright at home, so there's something else to blame. It's a lovely song and I got it wrong, but it went alright at home.
That bad start to that.
God.
Great.
The number of times,
you know, that start.
the number of times we've all said it was great in the kitchen this afternoon.
Yes.
Right, just looking down, I think Dave Heitch has departed, as he often goes a bit early. I can't see him, Alan, can you?
Methodist, I think. Oh no, the beard. He's Baptist with a beard like
Oh no,
that.
he's back. You're there.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Yeah.
Dave, we're
Right.
talking about you, not to you.
Sorry, for the second time this evening, the thing mysteriously shut down, and it took me ages to get back in. But I'm still here in body and spirit.
Right, okay. So we'll have one from Gaffer and then one from you, Dave, if you're still with us.
Okay, I hope I won't disappear in the meantime. Thanks.
Well, this tune is a traditional tune from a man called Harry Gidley from Drew Stainton in Devon. When he produced it, played it, performed it, it was a waltz. It's now a song. There we go. Now nothing compares to the poor sailor's life, Just give me 10 bob and I'll sell you me wife. I'll keep her and treat her and treasure her, Jack. And for 10 shillings more, I might just take her back. Now the skipper's a devil, and I have heard tell that he now runs his ship like he used to run hell. And when you heard his curses and you felt his clout, you'll soon understand why hell chucked the sod out. Oh, nothing compares to the sailor man's life. Just give me 10 bob and I'll sell you me wife. I'll keep her and treat her and treasure her, Jack. For 10 shillings more I might just take her back. Now the boatswain's a filthy, disgusting old goat. He's a tyrant ashore and a tyrant afloat. His parents are lovely. To me they have said that I'd be invited if ever they wed. You studied law and you read all the books. You know murder's illegal except for ship's cooks. Down in the galley there's 2 great big bins for the shite he serves up and the shite he chucks in. Oh, nothing compares to the sailor men's life. Oh, just give me 10 bob and I'll sell you me wife. I'll keep her and treat her and treasure her, Jack. And for 10 shillings more I might just take her back. Now the captain has slaughtered the poor old ship's cat for the dreadful offence of consuming a rat. Now the cook's turned rat catcher throws rats in the stew. That's twice as much meat for the poor bloody crew. Now the ship stays afloat, why never shall know, for she's rotten aloft and she's wormy below. 'Tis surely a miracle she's never sunk, but at least if she did, it might dry out me bunk. Oh, nothing compares to the sailor man's life. Just give me 10 bob and I'll sell you me wife. I'll keep her and treat her and treasure her, Jack. And for 10 shillings more I might just take her back. Now once I'm ashore, it's on pleasure I'm bent, and in no time at all me money is spent. Me pay is all gone, me advance is spent too, so it's back to the skipper, cook, bosun, and stew. There we are. That's what a short one sounds like.
Oh, that was nice and short.
That was great.
Have you any idea what key you were in, Gaffer?
I usually do that in about 9 keys. Did I leave just the 8?
G major, you were in G.
Oh, everything should be in G.
Everything is in G. That's great.
Oh, well, thank goodness it wasn't D, because that's where I thought it was. There you go.
Yeah, I am home. In G, definitely.
Well, you could use me to tune your accordion from the sound.
Yeah, you have a certain rasping character, like a serious Scottish musette. I would. Yeah,
Well,
I'd take that as a compliment.
Be the wreath off anyway, you know.
Is your blue button still on, Alan? No. Right. Anyway.
No, it's because I had to pop out because I was hearing double and not hearing, and I thought I'll just sign out and sign back in. And when I signed back in, John, I forgot to press my blue button, John.
Okay, I want 100 lines off you next
Thank
week.
you. I must press my BB.
No.
Will you accept BB as blue button?
No.
I once did lines. I used to get lines in grammar school so much. I once did hundreds of lines, and I thought, I must behave, I must behave, I must behave, I must behave. And I used, my sister was a secretary, and I used carbon paper, but I didn't, because I'm colourblind, I didn't realise that the carbon paper was purple, not blue. But the teacher spotted it straight away. But it gave me great pleasure. They said, Jones, 100 lines. So I went straight in my desk and brought them out and held them out like that. It soon got to 500, but it was such fun. Anyway, zip, Jones, right? Zip.
Right, Dave. We can only see the top of your head, David.
Oh, right. Yes. I'll just come back to Earth.
Oh, that's better. That's better.
Sorry, I can't see you as well if I do that, but there we go. Right. This song dates back to a time when there was foreign interference and a degree of corruption in American politics. Hard to believe, I know, but...
Surely not.
Well, quite. But they did have strategies for doing something about it. And this is from the perspective of a congressman who got caught in a sting. Thought you just got off of the plane, desert sand still in your shoes, when the sand was probably Virginia Beach, you were from New York News. I thought you were an Arab, you had the desert in your eyes. I thought of looking for a job in Abu Dhabi till you sprang the big surprise. You handed me the money, that's what a real Arab does. I thought you were an Arab, and all the time you were the fuzz. I thought you were an Arab, a desert caliph or a sheikh. I thought I'd be your friend in Congress, you'd be grateful, what a terrible mistake. You handed me the money, that was all I saw. I thought you were an Arab, and all the time you were the law. Abdul was kind of obvious, now that I'm kind of thinking through. The way you spoke American without an accent sure reflected well on you. When you handed me the briefcase filled with cash, I accepted with a wink. You can catch it on the evening news, you rat, now I'm headed for the clink. I thought you were an Arab when you were really apple pie. You had the shopping list of congressmen and prominent upon the list was I. I smiled for the camera, I couldn't see it from my seat. I thought you were an Arab, and all the time you were the heat. You were Lawrence of the FBI, you really played it to the hilt. There'll be no mercy back in Jersey when they tell them how much later the world is spilled. I thought you were the kings of the fabled East, all you really were was bums. I had my hands in the cookie jar and my hands filled with crumbs. I thought you were an Arab, you had the desert in your eyes. I thought of asking for a job in Abu Dhabi till you sprang the big surprise. You handed me the money, that's what a real Arab does. I thought you were an Arab, and all the time you were the fuzz. Thought you were an Arab, and all the time you were the fuzz.
Oh. We'll have to put a disclaimer on that tomorrow on YouTube. It'll go with the disclaimer, Dave. Just in case.
Nobody'd believe it now, would they?
No. Oh,
right, let's move 2,000 and a bit miles away for see what Storm's got for us now. I'm looking for him. Oh, he's coming back in. Yeah, I think he's missed his... Are you there, Storm?
Storm's on the ocean.
I am. Was it already my turn?
Yeah, it's down to you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, 1 second.
No. Oh, right.
I had nipped out to grab some kippers.
As you do.
I had nipped out to grab some kippers.
Good.
Do you have kippers?
Yep.
We invented kippers.
That's what I thought. Oh, okay, so I promised you something more cheery. The poem is called Jazzing, and the song is Stepping Out. Let my shadow go dancing across your serenade. Let it tiptoe on the ivories and slide down your wooden reed. Let my shadow go dancing beyond moon glow, stardust, and midnight memories. Let it swing, let it dip, let it rise, let it hop, let it flip, let it bop. Let my shadow go dancing up a lazy, down a Swanee, out past Birdland, through Big Easy, and back home to me. Let my shadow go dancing, 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 till it plays white lightning, plays like Mile, plays like King Crimson, play Aretha, Jelly Roll. Yeah! Stepping out, I'm stepping out. What's it all about? There can be no doubt, I'm stepping out. Some folks say take it easy, good things happen slow. But I've always been a mover by entering the flow. Stepping out, I'm stepping out. What's it all about? There can be no doubt, I'm stepping out. Yesterday is over, the past is left behind. It's the future that we're forming, ourselves we shape and find. I'm stepping out, I'm stepping out. What's it all about? There can be no doubt, I'm stepping out. Hiding in the shadows, no waiting at the start. No hiding in the shadows. No waiting at the start. It's time to start creating the world inside your heart. I'm stepping out, stepping out. I'm stepping out. What's it all about? There can be no doubt. I'm stepping out, stepping out. I'm stepping out. What's it all about? There can be no doubt, I'm stepping out.
Great, thanks very much, Storm. And I'm just sort of thinking we've got John and we've got Alan, but it would be so nice to have another one from Karen and Paul. Because we've got no. Have you got another one up your sleeve?
Well, we got hundreds, but we really feel we were late and we don't want to steal away from other people.
And you've already skipped people, so let them have a go.
Well, it's only me you've skipped. I've got broad shoulders. I'd rather, yeah, you can hear me every week. So, yeah, so if we can have John and then Karen and Paul, and then Alan will send us away with something chorusy, will he? How's that for a plan? That's a plan. Okay.
Did you say chorusy Willie then?
Yes.
I'm not sure about that, John. Anyway, it'll be in the recording.
It's my North East Lancashire accent.
It'll be in the recording.
Right. So we've got Mr. Warburton. Who's still muted.
I do apologise for that, but there you go. Got Mrs. Warburton here, so this is for her. This is my gift to you. I hope you like it. This is my song for you. I hope you'll take it. It's born of the love that I have for you. Born of a love that's oh so true. And it's written to say that I love you forever. And the power of love will raise the sun. Another day will brightly come. We can dance and have some fun until the evening, and the moon and stars will shine at night, and I will kiss and hold you tight, and we'll make love all through the night until the morning. This is my gift to you. I hope you'll take it. This is my song for you. I hope you like it. It's born of the love that I have for you. Born of a love that's so, so true. And it's written to say that I love you forever and ever and ever.
Oh, you big softy.
I'm welling up.
Oh.
Did you write that, John?
I did, yes, yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Carol's just sitting there. Oh, lovely. This is my song. Actually. Lovely. Lovely.
One of two that he's written for me.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, you should have heard what he was saying about you before.
Oh, he's written a third one, but I don't think he'll let you hear that one. Always Bloody Knitting, I think it's called.
Yeah. Oh, now there's an idea.
Yeah.
Right, we've got. Let's have one from Karen and Paul. As a special treat. We haven't got any time restraints. The only thing that's going to be keeping me is at the end of the night now. We've got into the habit of going out with a little sort of building just above the house, sort of a workshop thing, which has got a veranda on it. So we go up there with a coffee and a dram. And at the moment, we've got a bottle of Jura on the go, which is absolutely gorgeous. So, yes, you're keeping me from my dram, but it'll wait.
So sorry.
Okay. Oh, well, thank you, John.
You're
Hello,
getting
John
a
and Karen.
dram
Nice
of
to see
music.
you. So, briefly, this song was written following our attendance at a venue in Cologne.
Yeah, and it's happening very early in the morning, so way later than your drink. At about 3:30, you got to imagine to be there, you know, with smoke in the air and a drink in your hand, and this story is happening. The bar almost empty, the night nearly done. Just 2 songs to sing, and away we can run. A man on a bar stool, in love with his glass. One more at the table, whose best days have passed. A couple are fighting over old love affairs, and the barman is dreaming of millionaires. And play me a love song, comes a call from the floor. I need something to sing as I walk out the door. Streets will be lonely, the streets will be cold. There's nobody waiting, no one to hold. Play me a love song, then I can go home. Just a voice from the darkness and no one in view. Then out of the shadows, a face that I knew. I remembered a summer somewhere in my past, and a young man who promised a love that would last. The face had grown older, the body more thin, but I still hear the music come deep from within. Play me a love song was the call from the floor. I need something to sing as I walk out the door. The streets will be lonely, the sheets will be cold. There's nobody waiting, no one to hold. Play me a love song, then I can go home. The heart that was broken, the words still unsaid, are boxed with the memories under the bed. Play me a love song was the call from the floor. I need something to sing as I walk out the door. The streets will be lonely, the sheets will be cold. There's nobody waiting, no one to hold. Play me a love song, then I can go home. Play me a love song, then I can go home.
Oh, beautiful.
If it was a choice of listening to you two or listening to me, it's an absolute no-brainer.
Well, I was trying to work out
Thank you.
Karen's voice, and it's Joan Byers. That's. I'm sorry. That was a compliment. It's just, I just heard it then in the last verse or two, and I thought, that's it, got it.
Well, I'll take that compliment anytime.
Oh, that's lovely.
Thank you.
Right, come on then, Alan.
Sorry, it's an accordion. So, just to remind everybody, well, some of us are in Wales, and we haven't had a Welsh one all evening. We've had T. Gwyn's Welsh I'r Eisteddfod canlyniad. No, dim canlyniad, cyfraniad, of course, yeah. Here's a song, a Welsh chapel song. You meet a girl at the seaside, you ask her for a kiss at the seaside, you get a kiss at the seaside, and inevitably you have to marry her. So it's got a chorus. The chorus
Is it
goes...
a bit missed out there?
No, that's it. It happens that quickly in the chapel. It's Capel Mawr, John.
Why did he have to marry her?
The chorus goes, oh, ruin the garidi, oh, ruin the garidi, a rennet ar lan y môr. Oh, ruin the garidi, oh, ruin the garidi, a rennet ar lan y môr. Mi gwrddais I am Mechfactel, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr. Mi gwrddais I am Mechfactel, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr. O rwy'n y garidi, o rwy'n y garidi, yr eneth ar lan y môr. O rwy'n y garidi, o rwy'n y garidi, yr eneth ar lan y môr. Gofynnais I am gysan bach, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr. Gofynnais I am gysan bach, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr. Come on, come on. O rwy'n y garidi, o rwy'n y garidi, yr eneth ar lan y môr. O rwy'n y garidi, o rwy'n y garidi, yr eneth ar lan y môr. Mi gefais I yn gysan bach, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y... In G! Lawr ar lan y môr, mi gefais I yn gysan bach, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr. O rwy'n dy gari di, o rwy'n dy gari di, yr eneth ar lan y môr. O rwy'n dy gari di, o rwy'n dy gari di, yr eneth ar lan y môr. Rhyw ddiwrnod fe priodaf hi, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr. Rhyw ddiwrnod fe priodaf hi, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr. O rwy'n dy gari di, o rwy'n dy gari di, yr eneth ar lan y môr. O rwy'n dy gari di, o rwy'n dy gari di, yr eneth ar lan y môr. Tro Alan. O rwy'n dy gari di, o rwy'n dy gari di, yr eneth ar lan y môr. O rwy'n dy gari di, o rwy'n dy gari di, yr eneth ar lan y môr. Dyna ni. Dyna ni. Nobody died in that song. Nobody died.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
It's not a proper folk song. Nobody died.
Oh.
Well, it's not
That's good
it's
fun.
not
I could
country and
see
western
that.
because there weren't any trains.
Lovely stuff.
Right, okay, we've gone on a bit tonight, but you've all had your money's worth, and especially since it's cost you a bugger all. You can't complain.
Brilliant.
So, right, we'll all wind it up, and thank you everyone for coming, and we hope to be hearing Julia next week. We want you to get practicing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're on a promise from Julia.
No, we aren't.
Right.
Lovely.
Let's get out of this before the conversation sort of nosedives.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all next week. And
Thank everyone.
Nos
dawch.
Good
Am tro nesa.
Good
Ta-ra.
Good
Ta-ra.
night. Good night, John Boy.
Good night. Thank you all.
Diolch yn fawr. Nos da.